You work hard week after week, but payday feels like just a pit stop before the next round of bills wipes out your entire paycheck. Have you ever looked at your empty bank balance and thought, am I going to live like this forever, one step away from financial collapse? What if I told you that the first $10,000 you save isn't just money? It is the dividing line between staying poor and starting to build real wealth. Imagine crossing that line and watching the stress disappear. You can spend 40 seconds now that might change your next 40 years. Picture the relief of opening your banking app and seeing a 5-digit savings balance giving you peace of mind. Imagine your child needing new shoes or your car breaking down, and you handling it without panic. In this video, I'll show you the simple math that turns $10,000 into real financial momentum, and how ordinary people with debt and responsibilities are breaking free from the cycle of scarcity. Want to stop walking a tightrope and start building wealth? Hit play and stay until the end. You work hard, pay the bills, survive, and when you check your balance at the end of the month, it screams zero. The worst part? You're not even surprised anymore. It's become routine. But what if I told you there's an invisible line, and once you cross it, you never go back to being poor? That line is called your first $10,000 saved. I'm not talking about getting rich. This isn't about luxury, mansions, or fancy cars. It's about breaking a cycle, getting away from the edge, breathing, taking control. Because when you have $10,000 saved, the game changes. The fear fades, options appear, peace settles in. And that's what we're talking about today. Why saving 10K is the math of wealth and the end of poverty in your life. Maybe this sounds familiar. Your paycheck hits and it's already spoken for. Utilities, groceries, debt, kids asking for stuff, car problems. Nothing left, no breathing room. And then comes the stress, the anxiety, the constant pressure of living on the edge. That's the cycle of scarcity. And it's brutal. It doesn't let you breathe. You're always putting out fires, always reacting, always stuck in the now, the next problem, never the future. Living like that gives you no room to build. When your mind is consumed by survival, it can't create, it can't plan, it can't grow. It's like running with both feet tied, and that's the reality millions face every single day. But here's the secret most people never talk about. The first $10,000 you save doesn't just change your bank balance, it rewires your brain. When you hit that number, something inside you shifts. For the first time, you're not playing catch-up. For the first time, an emergency doesn't send you into panic mode. The surprise bill doesn't wreck you. The car breaking down doesn't break you. You pay. You handle it. You move forward. Your mind quiets down. Fear fades. And in its place comes something powerful. Freedom of choice. You can say no. You can turn down a bad offer. You can breathe. Think ahead. Saving 10K is like stepping onto the first rung of a ladder you never thought you could reach. Then comes the math. Because it's not just psychological, it's practical. $10,000 invested in something basic, earning just 1% per month, gives you $100 monthly without lifting a finger. And if you keep feeding that with another $200 or $300 each month, in a few years you've built a solid reserve that grows on its own. And no, you didn't win the lottery. You just built a foundation. You took control. Think about it. Someone with $10,000 saved and invested has margin. They have options. They can wait for the right job, take a course, leave a toxic environment. Now compare that to someone living paycheck to paycheck. Any offer sounds good. Any opportunity becomes desperation. That's what most people don't understand. Saving is more about freedom than wealth. And you don't need to be a millionaire to get there. Anna, for example, is 42, has 2 kids, and works as a kitchen assistant. Low income. Always lived on the edge. But one day she made a decision. She cut the small, unnoticed expenses. Random snacks, useless installments, subscriptions she didn't use. Now here's the most important point. Poverty is not a destiny. It's a temporary condition. You only stay poor if you accept it as normal. You only stay stuck if you stop digging. If you were born into a broke family, that's not your fault. But if you die the same way, that's on you. Because even with low income, kids, and debt, you can start. You can cut back. You can save. And when you do, you break. You break the mindset of misery, the desperation, the complacency. Saving 10K is, above all, an act of rebellion against scarcity. You can keep living paycheck to paycheck, waiting for the next salary drop. Or you can decide today to build a base, a reserve, a future. No, it doesn't mean you'll be rich tomorrow, but it does mean you'll never be poor again. Because poverty isn't just about how much you have, it's about how you think. People who think in fear, in panic, in urgency, live poor. People who think in strategy, in calm, in vision, start rising. And it all begins with one decision: to save. So now let me ask you, how long will it take you to save your first $10,000? 10 months, 1 year, 2 years, it doesn't matter. What matters is starting. And starting now. Because the longer you delay, the deeper the cycle grabs you. The longer you wait, the more you feed the scarcity. You don't need more luck. You need more consistency. You don't need a miracle. You need discipline. You don't need a lot. You just need the first 10K. And once you get there, you'll never be poor again. Because you'll never think like someone who accepts being poor. If this video made sense to you, if it sparked something inside, drop a comment below with your savings goal. Share it with someone who thinks they'll never escape the struggle, and subscribe to the channel. Because here, we don't talk about overnight riches. We talk about building real wealth,